So after 2 weeks, we were left with this 2-inch tall seedling. She had a tap root and was actually able to feed off the reservoir this week, and her growth during the time lapse really seems to show it. On day 21, she was just under 5 inches tall and had been sitting in the same solution for 3 weeks at around 250 to 270 parts per million. So I'm going to go ahead and up the nutrient concentration. So I'm going to start by unplugging the water chiller and the pump that pumps water into the water chiller, as I don't want these running while the reservoir is dry. I hooked up a hose to the drain valve at the bottom of the undercurrent solo, and I'm just going to gravity drain into a downstairs toilet, so I don't need any pumps for this. Now once the reservoir is completely drained, I'm then going to go ahead and pump RO water from a trash can that's linked to a filtration system, and then I'm going to pump this back up and put 13 gallons of RO water inside the reservoir. So this is back at 0 parts per million right now. And I got to do this quickly because the Guardian Monitor's pH probe can actually dry out and have to be replaced. So I'm doing this immediately after draining the reservoir. So I'm going to go ahead and prepare the nutrient solution for the next 2 weeks. So I'm going to be using a 4:2 to 1:1 ratio of Flora Grow to Flora Micro to Flora Bloom to CalMag. And she started showing pistils on day 16, which was a little early, but I'm still, for these next 2 weeks, going to go ahead and continue with heavy veg nutrients, so very high in Flora Grow and high in nitrogen. She's still a small plant at this point, so I'm looking for her to create more branches before she starts to really develop her bud size, and she still has to stretch as well. So I'm going to go ahead and put 52 milliliters of Flora Grow. I'm going to put in 26 milliliters of Flora Micro, and then I'm going to be putting in 13 milliliters of Flora Bloom and CalMag. And then, of course, I'm going to put in a generous portion of HydroGuard, because draining the reservoir, we lose all of the beneficial bacteria that comes with the HydroGuard. So I'm going to reapply that, as I will with every single res change. After adding all the nutrients, the ppm was reading at around 570. This is a lot higher than the 270 that was being used for the first 3 weeks, so hopefully it's not too strong for her and doesn't burn her. And if it's not too strong, then hopefully we'll see some massive growth because she'll have all these extra nutrients available. So here's a quick shot of the roots. They're extremely long at this point, longer than I can actually show. So hopefully they'll put more mass on this next week. And here's just a quick shot of her in the tent. As you can see, she has plenty more room to fill. So we'll see where she's at in a week.